Absolutely, P. Let's toss in a wee disclaimer with a bit of Irish color and a good dose of common sense. No sugarcoating, just straight talking. Disclaimer for foraging video, in a fine Irish style. Right, folks, before you go gallivanting off plucking every mushroom in sight just because you saw it on YouTube, here's the crack. I'm no mycologist, and this video isn't your golden ticket to munching mystery fungi. Foraging is grand fun, but for heaven's sake, if you're not 100% sure what you've picked, treat it like it's a dodgy bit of hurling advice from your cousin who's never held a hurley. In other words, don't rely solely on a video. Double check with a proper guide or an expert, and if in doubt, just leave the bloomin' thing in the forest. Your stomach will thank you, and so will your next of kin. Happy foraging, and may your mushrooms be tasty and your luck hold out. So that's the gist, Patty. Just a bit of cheek, a bit of truth, and a fair reminder that the forest floor is no place to take reckless culinary risks.
Okay, I'm going to put you on full live mode.
Absolutely, Pete.
What can you see in front of us there at the moment?
Well, right off the bat, I'm seeing a bunch of those bright red and white speckled mushrooms, the classic fly agaric or Amanita nascaea, making a bit of a fairy tale scene. They look absolutely magical and a bit cheeky, but definitely not something you'd want to munch on. So it's a good reminder that not everything that looks like it popped out of a storybook is friendly on the stomach. Anyway, that's a lovely little patch of forest weirdness you've got there, and it makes a fine backdrop for a video. Let me know if you want any more live commentary as you go along.
No, that's fine. So you get the idea, folks. Always be careful when you're foraging for mushrooms. So we're going to be hunting for the honey mushroom. It's a new one on me, and I know an area not too far away from here that has the honey mushrooms. Yeah, so as you can see, this whole area is flooded. Have to be careful at my step. So yeah, just another little nugget of information. As I said, this is my first time picking this particular mushroom, so I've done my research, I've done all my cross checks and checked out what are likely to be toxic lookalikes. Every time I find a new mushroom, after I've done all those checks, I just don't go straight in and cook up a bunch of them and try them out. But like any new mushroom, what I'm going to do is just maybe put on a small one or two, fry it up, cook it well, eat it, wait 24 hours, see if I have an allergic reaction to it or anything like that. Might next time round even do another test just with a larger portion of the same mushroom, you know, just to be on the safe side. I would have done that with, for instance, the shaggy parasol, which also gives people, again, only 1 in 4 an upset tummy, and I seemed to fare out okay with it. I didn't have any upset stomach and basically have been eating that for years since. So that's the gist of it. There's a few down trees from Storm Owen, and there was a few recently from the storm over the weekend that just went by from Storm Amy, because I suppose there's still quite a lot of leaves on trees, so especially with a lot of rain and when the ground is soaking wet. For instance, this tree over here is because of Storm Amy. It wasn't a problem for Storm Owen, and it's taken a bit of a hit. It's on a dead oak tree, and so I've been asked before, would you rely on the likes of AI to identify mushrooms for you? Well, it is a tool, all right, but I wouldn't rely on it thoroughly. For instance, if I was going to ask it about this mushroom, I wouldn't ask it, is it this mushroom? Because more than likely, or there is a chance that it'll just agree with me. So what I would do is I'd ask it, going from where this is, can you maybe pick out some identifying features and then put a name on it? And then what I'd do is I'd move over to maybe Gemini and ask the very same question and see is it answering it the same way. Equally, I'd take a few pictures with my phone. I'd use the macro feature on my phone and bring it back home, and I would also do a little bit of research, or a fair bit of research. I'd use, for instance, wildfooduk.com. Marlowe has some, it's an absolutely fabulous website, and I'd get some, I'd look it up there as well and see what he says about it. Next thing I'd be asking AI, and both of them I'd be asking it, is there any lookalikes that are considered deadly or toxic? So when all that's said and done, we came to this one here, and it looks like this one is the honey mushroom, and it is an edible mushroom once it's cooked thoroughly. It's supposed to be a nice mushroom, so this is my first time researching this particular mushroom. So we've gone through all the key identifying features, and there was one it came up with that would be possibly, it's called, oh, I can't remember it now, Galliana I think it is, and it's supposed to be a toxic lookalike. However, the main thing to do with that is to get a spore print of this. If this spore print comes back white, this is definitely the honey mushroom. The Galliana comes back with, I think it said, a rustic brown spore print. So I'll just leave a picture up here now, and left them overnight, and as you can see the spore print underneath. So they're the spores, definitely white. So that's a good indicator. So again, we're onto a good thing here. So we're going to harvest a few of these, and what we're going to do is dry them and put them in freezer bags, and we'll just have, there's tons of them around here, and we'll just use them in stews over the winter. So this is the batch that I just picked this morning, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, I suppose 5 layers, and that's all honey mushroom. Up here we just have a few dried parasols, princes and wood bluets, and they're going into a stew now. That's how it's done.